What? What, Ed? What? What? Spit it out.
Well, I brought in some wines from France, and some of the wines weren't that good, so I had to get rid of them. I had to dump them. And I told the guy when he said, "What's going on?" I said, "I've got to get rid of them. They're already going bad." It was a rosé that was just $1 a bottle. I would go to my grave before I sold my wine for $1 a bottle. So, well, you're going to go to your grave with a lot of wine, buddy, because I can't sell it.
Who is that?
We don't mention those things on air.
Oh. Well, thanks, Ed, for that enlightening story.
Speaking of which, we have a Bordeaux from France.
This is from our friends at the Wine Situation.
Wine Situation.
We're trying to figure out what the hell that name means. But this guy's an interesting guy. You know, most of his stuff is overpriced. Most of his stuff isn't that great. He was a sommelier, though, in Monaco during the time of Land de Casse down there at his restaurant. And he knows what he's talking about, but I think he's a little overpriced. But I thought this was really good value. From the Medoc.
Yeah, well, the Medoc is like, the supreme being of Bordeaux. And this was not a very successful vintage, so you got to really look hard to find the standouts. This is the best 2013 Bordeaux I've tasted so far. It's amazing.
It's really good.
Very, very good.
So what he's talking about is...
It smells like Bordeaux. It tastes like Bordeaux.
This is a co-op wine. It doesn't have a chateau behind it. So we have this Chateau Le Cuyer with this beautiful package in the 2011 I loved. And, it was really good wine. And then a customer ordered off the internet, and we only had 2 bottles of the 11 left, so I just backfilled the 13, knowing that the 13 is just not as good a vintage. And I got the wine in, and I tasted it, and I sent it to the customer, and I called the customer up the next day. I said, "Don't send it back." I go, "It's no good. You're not going to like it. It's a bad vintage. It's a great winery, but this chateau, they bottled it anyway."
Yep.
And compared to this, it's 3 times as much money. Okay, I think we sold the bottles for like $60 almost, a little more. And this is better.
Well, thank you, Paul, for sharing that story with me. Because I really feel blessed that I was part of that conversation. Anyway, to get back to this wine, I'm amazed. I mean, somebody that can make a wine like this. Of course, co-ops, they have a kind of a bad name because they're just a bunch of growers and they all make their wine in one spot. And, who knows what really goes into it, et cetera, et cetera. But the fact is, because they got so many vineyards, they can pick the best lots to make their wine.
That's right. That's the whole argument.
It's a very salient argument, as a matter of fact.
Salient.
Yeah, look it up. This is really amazing. I'm absolutely shocked because I tasted a bunch of 2013s. I didn't even go to the 2013 Bordeaux tasting yet. Several friends of mine said it was a total waste of time because the wines were so awful.
Well, it's clearly Bordeaux. And then it's from a great region, Medoc. Mm-hmm. So I'm giving it a 96. I think it's great value.
I'll go 92. 4, 3, 5.
I think it's great.
Yeah, average that one out. Okay, and second but not third,
Orfila brand, the Orfila family is. There's an Orfila winery down in Carlsbad. It's related to this guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, an oaked Malbec from Mendoza. Wow, that's a shocker.
Who would have thunk?
Oh, I remember this wine.
This wine,
that nose.
I know.
Off the
this
chart.
Wine is really something.
That nose. If you can't, if anybody in the world that just likes Malbec can't pull that out of this nose.
No, this is classic Malbec. But it's also got a lot of backbone to it. It's a fairly hefty wine.
That is so interesting. This has so much life in it. It's going to last forever in the bottle.
It's very, very good. I mean, this is certainly an ager.
I'm freaking
I would
out.
think.
I'm just looking at it going, wow, I get blueberries, I get the oak, I get this.
I get that cranberry component too. That's really delicious.
There's that edginess about Malbec when it's made right that I can't describe.
Well, a lot of the Malbecs are popular because they're a lot, the really cheap ones. I mean, this is $24.99 on the shelf, $15.99 on the reorder price. I'm 96 as well. A lot of them are just simple everyday wines. I mean, this is not a simple everyday wine. This is a serious bottle of wine.
I see this with a seriously charred, Baraka ribs or a steak or something.
Yeah, an aged prime New York.
So good. That's a 96. Yeah.
Delicious, absolutely delicious wine.
It's hard to define the Malbec edge that comes with it properly. It really defines the grape. So I get the white wines for the classic series, and this is our friends from Magnolia Court. We did their Pinot, which we loved, and they seem to do really well with the Burgundy grapes, Pinot Noir and Chardonnay.
Well, they got one of the best vineyards in California for it, so they better do good.
Well, that's one reason. The other reason is it's Central Coast. 2013. Great packaging.
Yeah, really first-class wine. A little softer than most, but...
Yeah, but though there's not a lot of weight there, you're still getting a ton of character. The flavors are like all over the place. I'm getting stone fruit, I'm getting white peach, a little tangerine edge.
What do you need me for?
And then that's what I'm asking myself for freaking 20-something years.
Well, I've been asking for longer than that. But who's to argue? Anyway, it's a terrific wine. I'm doing a 96 on that one.
96 too. So,
did you get lost for words?
well, I was talking about PV because there's something that was going on in PV that
For those of you outside of Central...
Palos Verdes, where the Wine of the Month Club started, where Ed stumbled into the store one day, literally looking for a bottle of Jack Daniels. Actually, trying to sell my father space in the local newspaper.
Which I did, by the way.
And he's never thanked you for it, has he?
No, he hasn't.
There's a
actually.
reason for that.
And the second generation is going to tell me. Half a generation.
Gaia Zira, Chateau Papolle.
Oh, you know, these wines.
Chateau Papolle.
I love these wines. I really...
Manseng. Now, this is a new vendor. It's actually customer, Wine of the Month Club customer turned vendor. Got out of his regular business and joined the Guia Zira with his winery, with his wine company called Wine Source. And he speaks fluent French, this guy. It's really funny because I'm not sure his nationality is dark featured, but I wanted to do business with him, and I love Gros Manseng, so I just wanted to see what we could do with it.
This is one of my favorite grapes, along with Colombard, in this area of the world.
Wow.
They just make unbelievable wines
That is so fun.
at super, super cheap prices. I mean, $23.99 on the shelf, $13.99 a reorder price. I'm a 97 on this. God, I love this wine. I would just love to have some, some filet of sole or sandabs with a lemon butter caper sauce. I know it's kind of standard,
lemon
but
butter
come on.
anything lemon butter would do great with this. I love this one. It's
And
nice
the
out.
nose, it's
I
got
keep
so much
forgetting.
going on.
I totally forgot about how great this was.
This is a really great bottle of wine. I'm going to go 98, actually.
98. Ho! Way!
You heard it first?
I don't think so.
Okay, fine.
97.
All right. Limited
Great.
Series, October 2016. These are great wines.
Cheers.
These are really, really great wines.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Not you, Ed.
Oh, well, not me either.